Yes, if you're new here, welcome. And if you've been a part of the Lead family, yes, we're still leading in 2021. Welcome again. Yes. The first thing I would like to tell you is that life is not fair. Life is not fair out there. Don't have it in mind that the fact that you're now in school, in the university, everything should just be put in place in the sense that you expect that everything should just be going. No. There are times that you experience turbulence. Why you're going? Turbulence will always happen. Yes, believe me. It will always happen no matter how strong you are, no matter how brave you are. Yes, it will happen. So life is not fair. Don't have it in mind that yes, because I'm now in school, no more struggle. No, that is not life. Now, number one tip I would like you to know is the fact that it is important for you as a fresher that we call. When I was in 100 level, we say, sir, I'm a fresher. That freshman that you are, that fresh lady that you are, that fresh brain that you are, I would advise, the first tip I would tell you is that you should always create your own space. Your own space in the sense that this is my space as I'm talking to you right now. Yes, you can see my space. I know what I want to allow into this space and what I don't want in this space. You determine that in your day one in school. Example, what are the kind of people you want to work with? You write them down. What are the kind of people you want to be speaking with when it comes to academics? Let it be known. When there are some things that you do, when you put them in writings, it makes you understand that, okay, this is why I am here. Sometimes I get a book and a paper and I write, okay, today I'm going to be doing this, and this. Some people call it to-do list, but me, I just want to say that, okay, I do that because of people I'm working with sometimes. I'll be like, okay, I'll work with this person today. Maybe I'll talk to Adeolua today. You might be thinking that this girl doesn't have time. It's not because I don't have time. It's because I'm being deliberate about everything. Because there's a result. There's a focus for me. So for you, it might not be that you're writing down, but have it in mind that when you have this your own space, your space is free. Anybody can fly in and anybody can fly out. So you are the one that determines those people that come in. And then the people that goes out, you also determine it because you are the gatekeeper of your space and your life. Your life is that space I'm talking about. So know what the kind of people you want to allow into your space. Another thing is, as a fresher, you miss home. You'll be like, first day you still be doing, now, I don't go miss house. But at the end of the day, you get to miss some things that you do. That's if you're not coming from home to school. If you're in an hostel, you definitely miss your house. But at that period, you get to realize that you are who you really are when nobody is with you, and what you do in your private space really matter. What are you doing with your time as an undergraduate? You need to know. Don't just spend the whole of your time or your days in school or all day talking and chatting with friends. Chatting is good, but it should also be limited because life, like I said, life is not fair, and that time that you see that is running, we cannot bring back yesterday. We can never do that. We can only look forward to tomorrow and ensure that we make good use of that tomorrow and the time it will bring. So another thing I want to tell you, a tip that you must always know, is that you should always respect your lecturers or your tutors, if they are called tutors in your school. Your lecturers are very important to your life. They determine your grade. Even though if you think you're a scholar, you can do all of that, you don't need any lecturer. Sometimes in your life, you need to make some people your model, your role model. For me personally, I have two people that I'm really close to that I call my real role model. Shout out to Dr. Steven Fakanji. That man is yes. When one button is losing in my head, and then I'm like, you just come and be like, Ken. And he will tell me, Kenny. Once he calls me Kenny, I know that okay, I need to go back. So that's the importance of people. Not the people you'll be going out with. No, those are not the kind of people I'm talking about now. The people that you know that you are very sure that when they give you an instruction, you are going to do it because they only want the best for you. Another person is Mr. Rolo. Shout out to Mr. Rolo. Mr. Rolo is really an amazing person. He has really done a lot, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I'm missing him already, and he knows why. Okay, so another thing that I want you to understand as a fresher is, don't just go into a school and be like, because you want to, because it's your. There's nothing like I'm a novice. Once you have entered that university, once you step your leg into that compound, you're already a student. That they tell you that your name is not yet, your name is there, but if you are not performing well, which I will still come to, but then once you just enter the school, have it in mind that you're not just there for academic purpose. Most of what I saw during my own time in school, because we were admitted, I think about 400 people in my class. Yes, we are very many. Yes, but then I looked at, it's an environment for me to blend with some people and also to remove myself from being a part of some people. So what I realized at the end of the day is that there are many people that you come in contact with. Everybody shouldn't be in your space. Yes, everybody should not be in your space. I can really count the people that I'm really very close and tight with, and they are very, very few, but I flow with everybody. So for someone like me, I do icon of the week on my Facebook. You think, okay, these people, yes, I do because I know these people. But when it comes to determining some things in my life that are very major, I have only few people that in my life that really know what is really sopping in my life, what is going on. So you must always ensure that you are not just there for being there. You can also volunteer in any activity. Maybe you want to usher in any program that university is having. You get known. That is connection. I'll give you an example of my very close friend, Akonishele Fumilayo. Fumilayo actually is, she's just she's an amazing lady actually. What she did was she volunteered to be part of the ushering, and then at the end of the day she became the head usher of the school. And then when programs are coming, they get a call. Even Fumi will be the one to organize people for the university just to usher. You start from somewhere. Don't say because you are a fresher. You will never be a fresher for life. Know that. You will never be a fresher for life. And there is time and season for every man. Anywhere you find yourself, you'll be a fresher today, you may not be a fresher tomorrow. When you are done in your school, you are done. So you must always understand that you are not just there for academic sake alone. You can go there if you know that, okay, maybe you believe in God, you are a Christian, you go to a fellowship. Just find a place to belong to, and you find purpose where you are, because your purpose is very key. You can finish in school and then you can allow the university to pass through you, yes, fine. But if you too don't pass through that university, you don't really see the importance of being an undergraduate. Alright, so go on a short break and come back. Alright, welcome back. So another tip I would like to tell you is very, very important. Don't be someone that carries book 3 days after you are taught. Sometimes I do it and I suffer for it, in the sense that I stress my brain. I stressed my brain that even when I'm writing some exams and I see some exam questions, I'll be like, and the day that this man taught us this thing, I understood everything. But because I kept it, I covered my book, right? Okay, it was not during maybe few minutes, few times that I had later. Don't be that kind of person. When you are taught something, if you don't understand, you will definitely have people that are very bright in your class, that are very intelligent. You go to them if you don't understand, and they come to you if they feel you too. So that is life. Don't always keep your book. This thing, I know a lot of people would have heard it several times. It also applies in the university. Don't cover your book when you're taught. Read and get to understand what you're taught. Understanding is very key. Understanding is key. And another thing I would like to tell you is very crucial. What do you want to finish with in that school that you have found yourself? What do you want to end up with? Do you want to be a third-class student? Some people be like, God forbid. But the God will not forbid what you don't forbid. Yeah, I can say that again. If you want to finish with a first class, second class upper, a 2-2, a third class, or a pass, it is determined when you are in 100 level days. Ask me how. The way you start. If you start well, maybe you started with for my own school we use 5 points grading. If you start with if you're on 4.5, you're on first class. So if, for example, if you're in another level and you begin with 4.5, meaning that you must maintain that 4.5. But there's someone that begins with 3.5, which is 2-1, you have to try harder just to attain that first class. But if you started with 2.5, which is second class lower, I think 2.5. So I'm beginning to forget some things. Second class lower. Just know that you are trying hard. So once you start with 2-2, you know that you are running a race of 2-1 in your 200 level. You don't just tell me that you just want to arrive. It's possible if you want to get the first class, it's not bad. But where you are is where you begin from. If you start your CGPA with a third class, you know that you want to run for a second class lower. As you are writing and you are reading, you're like, okay. Once you now see that, okay, once you see your capacity of reading, you know that you can read more than this, then you read. I read as a first class student sometimes. Sorry about that. I read as a first class student actually, but eventually I didn't finish with the first class, but I did not still finish. I finished with the 2-1, that's second class upper. But what I'm trying to say is, for me, I had this mindset of I don't want to finish with the second class or with the first class, and it was bad. Don't ever find yourself in that in that that mentality that you don't want to finish. If you know that you want to finish well, you say it to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, Kenny, I can do this thing, and you see that you're doing it. Yes, at the end of the day, that was what I eventually did. Because the mistake I made was, after saying I don't want a first class, I was just reading to maintain my 2-1, maintain 2-1. At a point, I fell in 2-2. Yes, it shocked you. I fell in 2-2 and I was like, oh, really? Is this how people really fall? So nobody told me the following semester, like, how to just read. I did sleepless nights because I don't really read every day. So it affected me. That's what I'm saying. If you're a type of person that you can read, understand, once you are taught, please carry your book and read again. It will really help you. Don't always say, don't believe in I'll read it tomorrow, because they'll teach you and that thing tomorrow. And if you wait for that tomorrow, they'll teach you and that thing tomorrow, again. So don't always wait for that time. Have it in mind that you're reading, and when you read, you're reading to understand. Understanding is, if you cram, for example, I did mass communication. I can tell you a lot of things about mass comm because I read to understand. But if you are cramming, yes, you can. Yes, man, there are many people that will cram to pass and everything, but after passing, what next? And mind you, if it's not what you cram that you are going out there when you graduate to do, it is what you know and what you can do. So always have it in mind that I want to know this thing and I must know it. Okay, don't let me dwell too much on that because I need that. Okay, Kenadra likes to really explain something in life. I have many people that when I got into 200 level, they were another level, they were calling me and I was like, okay, so this is I felt that these people were disturbing me. So I look at it that, okay, this is how I'll be disturbing my other mentors too. So I had to just adjust and then be a free person that will always listen to people, and it really helped a lot. It helped a lot. And I have many people that any small thing like, hello, Kenadra, it's because there is a preparatory level. It's not only about academic alone, even as an undergraduate. You prepare yourself for the future, prepare yourself for that thing that you want to attain. And the major thing I would say and emphasize on is the God factor. Your day one in school to the last day that you finish that school. Always put God in mind, because it's not everybody that begins a race that finishes it. In the sense that in my class, may their soul rest in peace, we lost 2 people actually, and that is what I'm saying. It's not every journey that everyone begins. You might begin with 100,000 of people, but how many people are able to finish that race? If you are part of the people that finish that race, always give glory to God, because humanly speaking, it wasn't by your power, it wasn't by it. So don't let me to dwell on that because I'm already okay. So basically, my final advice to you is, when you see that you're struggling in any area as an undergraduate, what you do is look for those right people that you know that can fit into your space. Yes, that can fit into that space, and then when you see them, you know that these are the right people, and you're good to go. And for people that are watching me, people that actually requested for this video, the like of Samuel, the like of Daniel, Omotola, Oladoyin, Precious, these are okay. So these are people that they are my G. I call them my G because Omotola can disturb you for Africa. Also, Omotola is someone that she'll call you, hey, Kenadra, I'm like, Omotola. But I really love it because it makes me know what mentorship is all about. It really makes me know that, yes, there are people that you meet in your life, that when a purpose is finished, another purpose begins. So really, you must live a life of purpose. You must live a life of vision. You must live a life of an overcomer. When you fall, because I forgot to tell you guys that you'll be thinking that because I said I finished with a 2-1 doesn't mean I didn't face challenge. It will be a very big lie. At a point in my life, I went into my space and I was crying. I was practically crying because I had to carry a course over, a 3-unit course. If they say you fail now, I go no say you fail. But then, what you must know is, I carried the course not because I think my script, I did not see my script. That was like I didn't see it, so I had to rewrite the exam and all of that. It was a painful thing, but then, sometimes what I felt was, I was like, okay. When you don't fail in your life, you know, more like I've always been succeeding. So I really don't understand the meaning of failure until I had to carry a course over, and I was like, oh really, this is how it is. So when you taste some things, so I'm telling you this so that you don't just be like, when people are carrying course over, you're like, don't think you're better than them, don't think you're more intelligent than them. It's because, you know, there's grace for every man. So maybe your own grace is still speaking, or maybe there's something that God really wants to teach you. Because my own was a lesson that I needed to learn at that point in time, that because I don't know failure, I won't be able to advise people, and the kind of people that I'll be meeting, they'll be needing advice when they fail. So when I underwent that failure process or failing process, I understood, and I was able to, you know, talk to people about failure and how they can overcome it. So anywhere you find yourself as an undergraduate, and even as an undergraduate, like I said, like Fumi did, Akonishele, she was volunteering to really help you a lot. Be humble, be obedient, don't mingle with the wrong people. When you perceive that they are the wrong people, please don't mingle with them, because they'll really destroy your future. So I wish you all the very best. I pray that the Lord guides you, keeps you all through your years in school, and I pray that you will not be missing when it's time for you to be celebrated, in Jesus' name. God bless you all, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share to people that needs to get this. Yeah. And we are done. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying to the end. See you in my next video. Bye.